it's your Bling International Diva, Confident Miss Bling, and today is a very special day. We have the Epoxy Resin store, the owner and the staff, everybody that's a part of it. You're going to see and meet them, and then we're going to talk with Rich, the CEO, about everything that's going on with the brand. Let me go ahead and bring them in.
Hey everybody, how's it
Hey,
going?
Rich, what's going on?
First of all, Mrs. Bling, I want to
Hey.
say so much for allowing us to do this interview, and thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. Thank you so much for being a guest on the Bling Radio Show. I am so excited, guys. I have fell in love with resin, and I did research on a few different companies. And out of all the companies that I found, because I was buying samples of different companies of resin, Epoxy Resin Store has the best resin. Okay, I'm so dedicated. Okay, like I have my epoxy that I order, and I've made a few different things that's just so cool. I'm gonna start putting it in my online store and teaching classes. So in the middle of all that, I end up finding this company, and I reached out just to see, hey, can I interview you guys? Because what you do is so amazing. People see like the pieces that I put together, but they don't know the back story of where it come from and how it works and all that good stuff. So this is where you guys are about to get a tour. Rich is going to give you a tour on everything with the Epoxy Resin store.
Yeah, well, just for you guys watching, there's a little bit of a delay, just so in case it looks like I'm not answering right away, that may be what's happening. But what I'd like to do is first say we're a family-owned business. We are here in Lake Elsinore. Everybody that works here, they live in the community. So it's very important. All the orders we get in, it literally is just everyone here is just making a living. So, you know, your orders pay for dance lessons, soccer for kids on weekends and things. Obviously, rent for people at home. But I just want to say thank you for all you guys who've already bought from us. But for new customers or people who don't know about us, I just want this opportunity to kind of talk about our company, show you what we're all about. So first things first, I want to take you inside, introduce you to some of our staff, and we'll go from there. So come on, let's take a little tour.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we don't necessarily have a brick and mortar because we're a manufacturer. However, we do have a little bit of a small storefront where we have our pigments, glow powders, anything related to the epoxies that we sell. We have stuff in here that basically accompanies some of the things we sell. So we have some things up here called Jazzy Glass, which is kind of new for us. And we're going to be having geo classes here pretty soon. A lot of alcohol inks. As I mentioned before, glow powders. You can see on the wall a lot of different things that our customers have actually made for us, and we display them with pride. So, wonderful lady made us this clock up here that's got a lot of alcohol inks and different colorants. Stuff here on the wall, beautiful artwork that one of our affiliates have made for us. So, we love to display all this because when people come in, they get an opportunity to see what they could possibly do with pigments and resins and all kinds of different things. So if you scroll down here, you can kind of see some tumbler cups that were used with our epoxies. Again, endless amounts of possibility with resin. So whether it be coatings, artwork, you need something for your garage floor, boats, jewelry, we can do anything that you need, specifically tailored for your project too. So what I want to do next is take you into an office here. This is going to be our operations manager here. His name is Sergio. Come on in. We'll introduce you to Sergio.
All right.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you, Sergio?
Good. How are you?
What do you do here, Sergio?
So I pretty much oversee the entire operation. So I'm in charge of distributors. I also oversee the shipping department, and I oversee the production team. So I'm giving them work orders constantly all day, making sure that the shippers are getting all these orders out on time, specifically in order. And then I kind of just watch a little bit of everything here. So Do a little bit of everything. Yeah.
So Sergio's basically, I would say, second in charge when I'm not here to help. He does a lot of things here, logistics, even answers the phone. So if you call in for a question or you have an issue with your order, Sergio may even answer the phone. So this is Sergio Yoma, and wonderful guy here. He's here 5 days a week. So if you ever need something, ask for Sergio.
Just give us a call.
And then, so follow me. We'll go into this other room in here.
Cool.
This beautiful office is mine here. Nice and bright. I like to be happy. So this is where I kind of hang out here, do my thing. Okay.
Okay.
In here is really the brains of the operation. Okay. So we got over here is Alex. Alex, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm the Customer Relations Manager at the Epoxy Resin Store.
What do you do here, Alex?
Hey, Alex.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
That's fantastic. I basically print and facilitate all the orders, and I do most of the front-end interactions with all of our customers.
Awesome.
So if you have an issue with your order, or you have a question, more than likely Alex will take care of your questions for you. He does all the emails, literally answers the phones all day long. So Alex is a vital part of our operation here. So come on in here. I got a couple other guys to introduce you
Nice to meet you.
This is Joseph. Joseph, go ahead and introduce yourself.
How are you doing? I'm Joseph. I'm the media director here at the Epoxy Resin.
And what are some of the things?
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. So day to day, I could be manufacturing new labels, working on new information packets, brochures. I also head kind of the inventory, and I implemented the inventory system here, so I still oversee inventory. I do some front-end management on the website, so creating graphics for our website, updating products as well. And then I have my hands slightly in the social media aspect and just kind of an overarching direction.
Cool.
All right. This is Jorge over here. Jorge is our newest member of the team. Jorge has got a lot of experience with video editing. And why don't you talk a little about Jorge, what you do here?
Sure. My name is Jorge. I'm a social media associate here at the Epoxy Resin Store, and we are in charge of recording, editing, uploading all the videos to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and all that.
Good job.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Nice to meet you.
So I just want to point out here, Mrs. Bling, this is a table that we made. And this is really for R&D, to be honest with you, because we needed to figure out exactly how river tables were made and kind of get an understanding of how the resin worked and everything else. So we literally made this here, and now this has become
Wow.
But by the way, this is something anybody can do. And we have tutorials. If any of your followers want to learn how to do something like this, we can help. These tables typically sell for anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000. And I think we made this for under about $1,500. So this is something that anybody.
Wow.
So just so you know, this is our craft room.
All right. I love it.
Yeah, a lot of different crafts we do in here. A lot of our videos are done in here. A lot of this is done for, again, tutorial purposes. We have crafters come in, they'll work on projects. A lot of times we'll do stuff in here for TikTok and Instagram and things. But really the whole goal of this room is to kind of educate people, make them understand what they can do with resin. Sometimes we get people that come in and they'll do something for the first time that we haven't even seen before, and that's an exciting day. So typically you'll see a crafter in here and they'll be working. Here's one of our crafters, Shannon, here today. She's working on something over here.
Hi.
Hi.
So this is kind of the brain center of the Epoxy Resin Store. Now we'll walk out to the back where our production crew is, and we do a lot of our packaging and shipping. And just to let you know, it's a little industrial. It might look a little dirty and stuff, but we are a manufacturing company, so try to keep that in mind. Come on.
All right.
Bye, Alex.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so now you're getting a real treat because this is for employees only here, typically, right? So you guys are going to get a behind-the-scenes view of kind of what goes on here.
Yes.
So what we have here is we have an area with 4 packers typically shipping all day long. And guys literally work from morning, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. This is Todd. He's our shipping manager here.
How you guys doing?
Todd, why don't you tell the guys typically what a day
Hi.
So we first check out what inventory that we have on the shelves, and we'll let our production people know that we may need. Based on, say, if we have 48 orders, we have 12 products on the shelves. We give them a number of what we need. Hold the orders, bring it over to our stations, get our paperwork set up, and then we try to set up like an assembly line. So we're not just doing one box at a time. We're trying to maximize our production and get out as many units as we can per hour demand that we have. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have a job. So thank you all
That's
very
right.
much.
All right, I like that, Todd. Over here we got Justin. Say hi. So, like I mentioned earlier, everybody here has a family. So, Todd's got a family, Justin, children. So, literally everybody here, working family. So, we're trying to get our orders out, obviously just to pay bills. So, the customer, you guys are so very important to us. This is Adrian over here. Adrian, come on over. So Adrian's been with us for now, what, a year and 3 months? Yeah, okay, Adrian's one of our excellent shippers here. Just kind of an insight on a daily routine for me.
Well, get here, get everything ready, waited, make sure everything's in order, and then we start packing boxes.
How many boxes would you say you guys as a group send out daily?
As a group, I'd say about 700, 600.
600-700
Wow.
shipments? Impressive. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, so kind of get a backdrop here, Bling, just the whole packaging area. And then this is Bling. I wanted to show you, this is all finished inventory here off to the right. Blake's going to pan out here. This is just all product ready to go. We try to have stuff ready for over a week, so that way when customers give us an order, we can typically ship out the same day.
Nice.
Overflow product here as well. And just so you know, everything that is in this building, we literally make it. We bring in the raw materials, we blend it here, we formulate it, we label it, package it, put it all together, we do it all here. So that's a little something different that most companies don't do. This
Right.
Going into is where we do a lot of our manufacturing. What we have here is just manufacturing. We have 2 sections. We have the curing agent side over here, which is the part B, and we have an inline system which fills all the bottles, literally having guys putting on labels, bagging stuff up, getting it ready. Over here to the right, we do all of our epoxy resin. This is the A side, and we have a machine here that does all the filling for us. So again, we do all the blending. If we need to add UV absorbers or whatever, we do it all here in-house. So we're a very small company. We literally do everything here. All the workers, like I mentioned, they all live local. Josh, you got a minute? This is Josh. He's right in the middle, so I'm here. So Josh is our supervisor for the epoxy side here.
Hey, how's it going?
Josh,
Hi.
we're doing a live feed right now. Just kind of give an idea of what a daily routine is here for you guys.
Daily routine is pretty much setting up the machine, making sure everything is running properly, making sure the weights are exact, weighing it out on the scale, filling, labeling, putting tape on, bagging, and just getting ready to ship out once it's packing. So that's our daily basis.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
So if you come out here, this is where we keep a lot of our raw materials. And the idea here is we overbuy. What we try to do is have a lot of product on hand. So if we get a big influx in sales, we can basically have enough product here to sustain the orders. So this last year there was a lot of issues with allocation and getting raw materials. So I really overbuy. The reason why is I don't want to be in a situation where our customers can't get their product. So we keep a lot
Right.
of. We have 2 other warehouses where we keep raw materials. But overall, my idea to the customer is, I just want to make sure we keep you guys happy and get you product at an affordable price. That's the key, right? We don't want to.
Yes.
So over here, you can see this is a big FedEx truck. This is here daily, and we typically will fill this every day. If not full all the way to the inside, it'll be at least halfway filled up. So again, we're very busy, but we desperately need more work and more orders. So that's why I'm so appreciative, Mrs. Bling, for this opportunity.
Nice.
You want to head up to the office now?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the interview.
Yes, sir.
We'll go ahead and transition to the interview now, Miss Bling.
Okay, this is so amazing, and I appreciate you for giving me a exclusive, well, I would say Bling exclusive tour of the warehouse and just meeting all of the employees. That was so cool. And people don't know, like, you guys actually make the material. It's not something that you get from somewhere else. You make the raw materials yourself in-house. I love it. Okay, so I do know that you are a small family-owned business, and you're based out of Southern California, and this is just such an amazing thing. And also, you're also giving back and contributing to the community, which is great. Um, this is awesome for all of us who love to express ourselves through art, and I always looked at it. It seemed like it was complicated and hard over the years, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna just take a stab at it, and I'm gonna just, make some stuff. So I want to show you something that I made with the very first something that I made. Can you see it?
Here, let me reverse the camera for this, Miss Bling, so that way he can actually see you face to face and this right here.
Okay. Can he see? It's a soap dish, and it's made with sprinkles.
Oh, that's cool.
So I said I wanted something different. All of the stuff that I'm going to be making, I decided what I'm going to make. I can show you better now. You see it?
I love it.
Thank you. And then I made a coaster to go with it. So I was just like, in sprinkle heaven. And I also made a cutting board for the kitchen with the handle with
Very
the
nice.
sprinkles.
Yeah.
And so it's just so many different things. I made some letters and I just love your resin. Like, it's the best.
Thank you. Well, now with Halloween coming, we're going to come out with a whole line of pigments just related to Halloween. We might even carry some molds. We kind of want to be a one-stop shop. So when someone comes to our store and they want to make something like coasters or something, we want to have all the stuff that the person needs, the customer needs. So maybe the pigments, the molds, the glitters, all those things. So I'm very excited that you're, so excited with our product. That makes me so happy.
Yay! Yes, it's the best that I've used. I've had some that I used, and maybe my measurements weren't quite correct, and it didn't mold, or it's still bendable when it should be solid. But I instantly, when I used Epoxy Resin Stores resin, Epoxy, it completely just solid, like solid as a rock.
That's amazing. I just because I'm the owner, when I hear positive stuff like that, it makes me so happy. Because a lot of the times, when you get to see reviews and things, and you might get 100 reviews, and one person says something negative, and that one really sticks. So yeah. I really get a positive review on that for sure. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. So I do have some questions for you. One of the ones that I want to ask you, because you've been in business. It seems like you've been in business for a long time. Like, it's like you're the mastermind of this operation. But how long have you been in business?
Okay, so I've actually been in business for almost 20 years. And wow. The original company was Superior Plastics. And we originally started that in North Hollywood. And actually, I still have some customers from those old days. But what I realized, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago, that my name really wasn't good in terms of search on the internet because nobody knows what, nobody thinks really plastics and epoxy. They don't put those two together. So about 10
Yeah.
years ago, I decided I better start changing this up a little bit. And we came up with the name, the Epoxy Resin Store, for our online store. And that's really when I started to see things transform. And it gave us an opportunity to get more of a market, quite frankly, because early on, we were just business to business. We would go out to a brick and mortar and try to get people to buy our stuff. And quite frankly, it was very difficult, and nobody knew about us. So how do you get people to buy from you if they don't know you? That was an obstacle. But changing the name, that's really been a catalyst for us. So 20 years later, here we are.
Nice. And how many employees do you have right now?
So it fluctuates. So right now, I think we have 22. There was a point in time, I think the end of last year, we had almost 30. So a lot of it is based on, obviously, we're going through a little bit of an inflation thing right now.
Yeah.
So kind of dipped a little bit. And that fluctuates throughout the year. But we average anywhere from 20 to 25, generally speaking. And they're all full-time employees. So another thing we do here, we take really good care of our employees. We offer them 401ks, full health coverage. We try to do everything we can to make them feel valued.
Okay.
Because we're a small family-owned business, we just want everyone to feel like they are part of the family. And typically when we get someone that comes to work here, they don't leave. They stay here for a long time.
Nice. Okay, so one of the other things I want to know, how did you get into this line of work? How?
Okay, so Mrs. Bling, that's the question I get the most often, right? So I wish I could tell you that when I was growing up, I dreamed of working with resin, and that's not the case. That was not my dream. So what had happened that when I was in college, and this was in my early 20s, I actually worked at a company that did epoxy flooring. And I worked there for about 3 or 4 years, and I was just trying to work my way through school just to make some extra money. And the owner of the company was a very friendly guy, kind of, taught me a little bit about the industry and how things worked. And they were a family-owned company and very small. I think at that time maybe we had 3 employees total. And so I really did every aspect of the business, from manufacturing to the front office, even billing, if you can believe it. But the owner ended up passing away, and there was really nobody there to take over the business. What I found out later was the business got bought out. I didn't at the time, but my job was pretty much gone. And so we basically had to figure out, literally like in a week, what we were going to do. We didn't know. Just one day we came in and we found out the business had been bought out and sent back east or something like that. And I just thought, okay, well, that's it. I guess this job's over and I'm moving on. But what happened was a customer came in and they were waiting for an order. And the customer had said to me, hey, please help me. Can you get me my order? We really need it. And I thought at that time, well, I know how to do it. I've been working here for quite some time. And, well, long story short, I figured it out how to get them the product. And that was my very first customer on my own. So at that point, I tried to figure out how to buy product, how to source it. I didn't even have a building. I was literally working out of a garage at the time. But those were really rough days, to be honest with you. I mean, I wasn't making any money. At one point, I had 3 jobs. I was cleaning pools. I was umpiring baseball games on the weekend, just to kind of keep money coming in,
Yeah.
I was just doing everything, delivering for a liquor store, stuff like that. But those were rough times for sure. But that's how I got started.
Nice. People don't understand the backstory of where things are. You see, you're telling this story now, but you're sitting in this office. Your big old colorful office is so bright and vibrant. I love it. But you're sitting in your warehouse like this. Just you started in the garage but you kept going, right?
Well, and that's what I would say the biggest, they always ask, like, well, what would you give for advice? And I would say, just don't quit. Because many times I wanted to quit. Because really the reality is I wasn't making money. When my daughters were born, I really thought, this is it. Like, either I got to make this happen or it's go get a job. Really,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to tell this story very often, but I've been at a pawn shop many times selling stuff just to pay my rent. Those were things that I went through. I mean, many times my vehicle was almost repossessed. So it was very, very, I would say, dismal time in my life during those early years. But I didn't quit, kept trying to go. And I don't want to say I don't want to say I'm a success, but where I was at then to where I'm at now, definitely a big chasm. So I'm very thankful.
Okay. Yeah. Love it. Love it. I love hearing these stories. I'm like grassroots, so I build everything from the bottom up. And yeah, it'd be some rough days and times, but then you have some victorious days and moments. This is one of those days for you. I'm really excited about that. So what are some of your challenges that you had in this business?
Okay, so the biggest challenges for me early on were just getting people to buy from me, quite frankly. Nobody knew about my brand. Why buy from me, and
Okay.
challenge. But of course, like with any business or anything you do in life, you figure things out, test and different things. Last year was probably, I would say, the biggest challenge in my business that I ever had. And because of COVID and all these things that were going on, raw materials for epoxy they weren't available. So if a customer had called and said, hey, Rich, I want to give you $1 million order. We couldn't get the product to supply them. And that was, and a lot of employees here, they depend on me, quite frankly. They need me to do well so they can continue to get paid and all these things, and last year was really difficult. It really was. I think last year, looking back, there was months where we were losing a lot of money because our overhead at this stage is pretty high. You got a lot of workers and, our rent here is kind of high. So a lot of challenges in that, in terms of like where the future is and just, I would say the future right now, the biggest challenge that we have is sustaining our growth, but at the same time, making sure we're taking care of the customer and not cutting back on product, making sure our customer service is still priority. And that's one of the things right now we get a lot of positive feedback on. If you call us, we answer the phone. A lot of the other resin companies out there, they don't offer that. And, I feel like we're able to do that. We can help a customer if someone has an issue with the resin. We can answer the phone, emails. So I would say the biggest challenge for me just growing is we want to continue to grow and keep building, but at the same time, we don't want to sacrifice that for our customer service and quality of product.
Nice. That's awesome. And let's see the company's mission and the goal. Like, what's the company's goal and the mission? It just does so much for people that's artistic. But what's the goal?
Okay, so priority number one for me is to make the customer feel like they're number one. I want them to walk away from their transaction with us, feel like they got a quality product, that our branding and everything that we do is on par. I want them to feel when they get the package, when they open it up, that everything looks nice and clean. I want them to feel if there's an issue with the product. Sometimes customers get it, there might be a leak or something in the bottle because FedEx, some things happen, right?
Yeah.
I want them to be able to call us, email us, we handle that perfectly. Because I'm not interested in the one sale. Because the one sale, that's easy, right?
Yeah.
It's the continual sale to get the customer to come back and buy 5-10 times. That's difficult because you got to keep people happy. And that's priority number one. On top of that, we give back to the community here. So I don't know if Blake had mentioned to you or not, but every year we do lunches where we'll invite the fire department, local city officials. We had a luncheon for the police department here locally. And the goal for us, just as a company, because we are a small community, we want everybody to feel like we are part of the community. We donate to churches here. A lot of it we don't publicize, right? Because we're not trying to get that. But I feel like as a company, it would not be right for us to be in this community and do all the things we're doing. We want to give back as well. So that's always somewhere in there. We donate money to the Little League, all kinds of things we do here locally. Without the business, obviously, we couldn't do those things. So it's very important.
Yeah. That's awesome, and it's great that you can give back and just do stuff. You know, a lot of people I see people boast and brag about what they do, but you just said something real key. Like we don't have to publicize that. Like we just give back to our people in our communities and just enjoy doing what we do. That's so awesome. So I want to say the great thing about having a business is being proud of your business.
Right.
So, and I see that you take pride in what you do, but what are you most proud about in your business?
I think that what I'm most proud about, I have a lot of things to be proud of, actually. I'm very grateful. But I would say that what makes me so proud about what we've all achieved here is literally starting from a garage operation where couldn't even really pay that at the time, to be honest with you. I mean, I was just literally living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
We're here now in this situation where we've had so much growth and employees that believe in the company. They buy into what we're trying to do here. And I think I'm very proud of that more than anything. Secondly, the ability to give other people here that work with me paychecks. They pay their rents, they support their families, we give health coverage. So now I feel like just me being on this planet, me having this business has now affected not only myself and my immediate family, but everybody else around me. I'm giving them opportunity. Yes. And that I'm proud of as well. Because that's something that it's impacting generations, hopefully, right? So I got people that work here, their kids work here, and who knows, I'll probably be long gone by then, but it feels good to see people come here, want to come to work and be happy.
Awesome. And tell me, now we kind of saw the difference, like what's different from other epoxy companies, but let's discuss. I want to ask you a question because some people they say something about resin and then they say something about UV epoxy. So what's the differences with that? Because I know that shameless plug, I did this cup.
Okay.
And the first time that I did it with the I see that they have UV resin and I see that they have epoxy. So can you let them know what the difference is between the two?
Yeah, so there's all kinds of different epoxy resins. So think of it as basically like, a dog, right? They're all part of the same family in terms of the animal, but you might have a chihuahua and whatever, right?
Right.
Completely opposite. Well, the same thing with epoxy resin. So some people who work with boats and they want an epoxy that cures quickly, they might use a polyester resin, just a completely different chemistry. Then you have a functional epoxy resin, which can be used for electronics or something that needs high heat resistance. That's something completely different. I'd have, like you had mentioned, the UV resin. So UV resin is essentially a one component, and it has a UV initiator inside of it. So meaning it's self-catalyzed. So UV light makes it cure, right? So it's a one component, which is great. The one downside I would say to the UV resin is it doesn't have a lot of great heat resistance because it's primarily going to be for decorative purposes, more or less.
Right.
Heat resistance and different things, but that's okay because for a UV resin, maybe your application's doing, I don't know, keychains or something, or it's going to be fine, right? So every epoxy does something different. We do everything here. So we even have some epoxies that we consider high performance. So they're heat cured and they go all the way up to like 500 Fahrenheit. And they're used in electronics and stuff like that. So there's just so many different products out there and they all do something different. And again, that's something we offer anyway. If a customer has some sort of application and they're looking for a flooring application or something for electronics or a cup like a tumbler, right? Yeah. We do all of it. And a lot of it is based on the customer. Whatever you need, we can make it happen.
Okay. So the difference between the sellers and what you do, what's the difference between you and the other companies?
Okay, so good question. So without talking poorly about any other company, because I would never do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people will buy a product, right, and they just put their own label on it and they resell it, and that's fine, right? That's just someone being a distributor, and that's kind of a middleman in between the customer. And we actually sell to a lot of people that do what they call white labeling, where they'll put their own brand on our product and they sell it as their own product, and they make a good business out of that, and that's great. By the way, we need those guys because they buy in bulk and they help keep the doors open. But the biggest difference between us and someone else is we literally manufacture the product. So we bring in the raw material, and then we custom formulate it here. So we do a lot of blending and compounding. We add a UV absorbers in some cases, or dilute the resin so it flows better. We make all our own curing agents here, so we do blending with that as well.
Okay.
But more importantly, what we do is we give the customer the price break. So because we are the manufacturer, and I'm sure people have seen our product out there for a lot cheaper than everybody else, and they're wondering, well, how in the world are they doing this? The reason why is because we make it. So there's no middleman. You can buy it direct from us and get amazing prices. And we have the customer service on top of it.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
You cannot beat that. Like, the prices are amazing from.
We hear that.
Yeah. I bought other resin and it was clumpy and I couldn't use it, and I've spent $100 on this. That's why I was like, wait, let me just do my research instead of just stuff that I see. No, let me do my research. And I'm telling you, I'm not going back. I'm not using no other resin. If it's not available, I just won't make it.
And by the way, if a customer ever gets a product and it doesn't meet their standards, we will either give a replacement or a refund. And that's kind of the motto, because again, my goal is not just a one-time sale. We want to get second, third, and 10th sale. In order for that to happen, we have to make the customer feel important.
Yes. Awesome. And one of the last questions that I'm going to ask, what should the listeners of Bling Radio know? What last things that you want to leave them with? What should they know about you and your business?
Well, I would say, that's a good question. I would say that just know that maybe you don't use epoxy right now, right? But if you do, please give us a chance. Just know if when you buy our product, for whatever reason you're not happy, we will take care of it. Also, because we are a family-owned business and everybody here is desperately needs the sales, keep that in mind. Just give us an opportunity. I know that you're going to love our product, and we're just so thankful for this opportunity, Mrs. Bling. So from everyone, I want to say thank you so much, and we're just so happy that you did this for us.
Awesome. No problem. Now, I have a question that I ask everybody after the interview with me. If it's anything that you can think of that you would want me to bling out for you, what would it be?
Oh, wow. Okay. You know what I love? Create something that has our logo on it so we can display in the lobby. Because that's when anybody comes in and they see stuff like, the first thought is, oh, wow, who made this?
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Bling did. And they're going to say, well, who's Mrs. Bling? And then, obviously, we'll introduce you and everything else. But I think that would be bling it out for us. Do something amazing that we can show everybody when they come in.
Oh, I got ideas. It's just running all through my head right now. Oh, my gosh. I will. Thank you so much. I will definitely do that. And also letting you guys know that I am an affiliate as well. So let us know how that works. Like if you become an affiliate with the Epoxy Resin Store. Okay,
so our affiliate program, it's a great opportunity for anybody to, if you believe in the product, and I say that first and foremost. If you don't believe in the product, I don't want you to sit, and obviously promote our brand, because I don't want you to do something you don't believe in. But if you like the product, you're using it, and maybe you have a follower or following, what we typically do is we'll give a kind of a coupon code, right? And then you would be able to pass that out, and anybody that used your coupon code to come to our website and buy something, we would give you a percentage of the sale. And typically it could be anywhere from 10% Some cases we just do a flat thing. So if someone comes in and buys something, we might just give that person $5 per sale. So typically I would see the average person for the affiliate program anywhere from like $100 to I've seen all the way up to $3,000 a month. And a lot of it is based on Halloween. And of course we have to do our part, right? We have to be able to send the product. It's got to be good or they won't keep coming back. So but it's an opportunity. I feel that for marketing purposes, it's the best way to take the product right direct to the customer. So it's been very helpful for us building our brand. And I think for the affiliates, it's great for them too because they get a little extra money. They're already using the product, and I think everybody wins.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Rich, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming into Bling's world and showing us epoxy resin world. And those geodes in the front, I just can't stop thinking about them.
Class. We're going to have a how-to class, and what we're thinking of doing is doing a class remotely, where customers could pay. They're going to get a video, how to make the geode, and then we would be able to send them a whole kit based on what geo they wanted, the color, the resin, everything, and so that's something we're coming out with probably the next month.
Nice. Well, I need to be one of the... Huh?
Card for you, Mrs. Bling. I'm going to send you one.
Oh, it's awesome! Oh, the crowd goes crazy. Look, I love. I don't care about nothing else. Like all the other stuff that I was selling in the store, I don't want to sell that anymore. All I want to do is create and make amazing things with resin. That's where I'm at.
All right. Well, we're here to help. So you let me know what you need me to do.
Thank you. I will. And let us know where we can find you online.
Let's see. So Instagram, we're at the Epoxy Resin Store. TikTok, Facebook. Where else, Blake?
YouTube, we're also the
Epoxy YouTube, the Epoxy Resin Store.
And then we're just theepoxyresinstore.com. Yeah,
theepoxyresinstore.com. And then I will, before I let you go, I have to say this. We have something called a $10 Tuesday. I don't know if you know this or not. No?
No.
Okay. Every Tuesday, we give out basically $20 worth of stuff for $10. So every week we'll do something different. We might give out a casting resin with some pigments. The following week it might be UV resin, right, with something. So every week, the only way to get involved in that, if you go to our website and sign up for our $10 Tuesday, you do it there. And everybody loves it because it gives you an opportunity to try all the products that we have and virtually at a fraction of the price.
Nice. Okay, well, look like I'm dedicated already.
Well, I just want to thank you and all of your followers. Thank you for the opportunity and thanks for the interview. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. You have wonderful staff, and I will talk to you soon. Whenever I come to California, I'm coming to look you up.
I'll get the VIP treatment when you come here.
Woo! Okay, cool.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thanks. You too. Bye, Rich. All right, guys, that was the amazing Rich from the Epoxy Resin. Shout out to him and all of his wonderful employees. Guys, go to the epoxyresinstore.com. Shop. Buy all the resin that your soul desires, okay? And then I also have an affiliate link. So that will be on my website. And then when I start, posting some other stuff, because I have a whole bunch of TikTok reels and stuff I'm creating that I haven't posted yet because I guess I was kind of waiting on this moment. I don't know what I was waiting on, but I guess this was the moment I was waiting on. Okay. So yes, tune in next time. I will have some new products that I'm actually going to do another show with so that I can show you while I'm actually creating orders. But thank you again to Rich and the Epoxy Resin Store. And we are out. Blingy love. Peace.